Hey, what's going on, traders? It's Johnny here with Trader X. Thank you guys so much for tuning back into the channel. And today I want to go ahead and give you guys another update in terms of how my day trading went today. And so as you guys can see, off my day trading, I was only up $18.81. And in terms of my swing position on Tesla, I'm up almost $70 on the day, right? And so these are all my field orders. You guys can see the timestamps that I bought in and out of everything here on the left, the ETF that I was trading here in the middle, and the price points right here on the right. And so to get right into the breakdown, pretty much what I wanted to go over today was my thought process behind how I approach the market. And so as you guys know from yesterday's video, today I was pretty much approaching to trade the NASDAQ through in between the top and bottom VWAP, right? Because I felt if you take a look at the bigger time frames, what you'll notice is that the NASDAQ, after it has a big bearish day, like it did over here, what will typically follow is about a few days up to a week even of just pure consolidation, right? It's not necessarily continuing to downtrend or starting to change direction and start uptrend. It'll kind of trade sideways. That's exactly what I mean when I say consolidation. So it's not really choosing a direction yet. It's more just, trading sideways in between the top VWAP and bottom VWAP, as you guys can see. And so ultimately what I saw was once we had this big fall, right, from Friday and then heading into the weekend, and then on Monday, the market continued to sell off. And after it did so, based off of previous patterns, what I anticipated was some form of consolidation right around these areas. That's why yesterday I was able to make money off the market selling off from the top VWAP to the bottom VWAP, right? And so heading into today, what I noticed was, it was the market was indicating signs of an uptrend. So the all of this is pre-market over here, and what you'll notice is it was making these higher highs and higher lows. And right when the market opened is where you see this increase in volume over here, right? So that was right around 6:30 in the morning. And what it caused was, lots of people started to buy in with the influx of buyers, given, there's more volume entering the market at that time. And as it started to pick up and peak out, right? What I initially did bad with and what I struggled with was I was trying to get into SQQQ and average up, and it would be going my way, but eventually, I would be predicting it to hit the middle VWAP, and it would actually continue to actually form a higher high, right? So it ultimately would touch the top VWAP multiple times and get rejected. So I could have done a better job of getting into a position and waiting to get into an SQQQ position as it became, as it started to peak out and actually indicate signs of a downtrend. So that's definitely a mistake I made today. And by trying to predict the reversal, right, so heavily today, I was actually put myself in a big hole. So I was down about $120 at the peak of my loss today, and I pretty much kept losing money the same way. I would try getting into an SQ's position, and sometimes it would go according to plan, but it was very choppy, in my opinion, right? And direction would change kind of like pretty quickly, right? So it would change pretty quickly, and on top of that, it would have a lot of fake outs, right? It would break below the EMA in order to get to continue to uptrend, but ultimately I just struggled and did a bad job of rather than going with the flow and getting into TQQQ. What I could have do a better job of next time is, pretty much not getting into the inverse ETF and trying to predict the reversal, which I was doing all day today. And so ultimately what ended up happening is once this reversal happened, I was able to make some money back. And then what you guys will notice is the market's been very, very volatile as of lately. And I believe around 11 a.m., Pacific Standard Time is when a news conference broke out at the White House. So they were pretty much talking about inflation and all that good stuff. And so as you guys can see, that it caused the market to react pretty heavily, right? And so ultimately what ended up happening is after I made money off this SQ play, I was only down about, $80 at that point. I only got in with a fraction of my full position size because of the fact that I was so red on the day, right? And so as this thing ended up continuing to climb after I sold out of my trade down here on the inverse ETF, it actually ended up picking up, right? And the news report got released. And what ended up happening is this thing shot up like crazy. And as it approached the top VWAP, I got into SQQQ, right, with a small share size. It was probably like $1,000, and I'm trading with $10,000 this week, so about 10% position size. And as this thing continued to peak out and then show signs that it was getting rejected, I got into it with about $1,500 more, right? So I added another 15%. So I'm only in with 25% of my full position size at this point. And as it gets rejected due to the negative, response to the news, it ends up getting rejected all the way to the bottom VWAP. And I cut majority of my trade, or I ended up cutting all my trade right around these levels. And so I was actually able, with only 25% of my position size, to make back everything, right, that I was down on the day, and some change on top of that. So that's ultimately how I was able to make back everything and end with a small green day today. So heading into tomorrow, I'm definitely going to be trying to manage my risk better and be a little bit more patient when it comes to these type of plays, because we're definitely could be trading in choppy territory again tomorrow, given the fact that of where the Nasdaq is. And in terms of my Tesla position, like you guys know, I don't plan on adding to it until this thing really starts to uptrend and change overall direction, right? Notice how it's been making these lower highs and lower lows. I want it to start doing the exact opposite, right? So if you take a look at a bigger time frame, you'll notice the market right around this area, right? March of 2020, it had this nice pullback, and then it was able to correct itself and ride the EMA line up, right? So we had this big correction back to the SMA line. And what I want to happen is for this thing to break above the EMA and start riding it up. That's ultimately when I'm going to start to actually get heavy into my Tesla position. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover today. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. If you guys are new to the channel, we do appreciate a like and subscribe. It really helps us out. But other than that, I will be posting a recap tomorrow, and I hope to see you guys then. Take care and have a good rest of your day.